So let's talk about the documentation, the filing the form itself. So the VAWA form is a form I-360, right? And typically we file the adjustment of status with some of our, well, most of our clients really. There's no reason not to file the adjustment of status at the same time. We call it a one-step filing. If you can. There's some people that cannot take advantage of the one-step filing because they have admissibility issues, right? And I'm going to explain that a little more. So you file the I-1-360 and you file the I-485 packet, which includes the work permit, the I-765, the travel advance parole, which is the travel authorization, which is the I-131. And now you're also required to file the I-864W, which exempts you from public charge, right? That means you don't have to show the government that you're going to be, that you're not going to be a public charge. So let me see. So those are the documents you need to file, the forms. So, all right. Now, the other documents you need to put in your VAWA package would be your personal declaration. And I'm going to go into what your personal declaration should contain. It really is what describes your relationship and details the abuse you've suffered in that relationship. This is your voice telling your story. And this is the most important part of the VAWA petition, right? And you want to be able to, if you can be as specific as you can, that's helpful, because the more specific you are, the more credible, your story is, okay? Now, you also have to get the police clearance or the FBI report that shows you're a person of good moral character. So for the police clearance, you have to get a police clearance from places that you've lived for more than 6 months in the past 3 years. And the FBI report, just, you send them fingerprints and they run a report to show that you have no arrest record. You have to include your identifying documents for the US citizen and, for yourself. So the US citizen, you want to show that they're a US citizen or green card holder. For you have to have, your birth certificate, the biographic page of your passport. If you have other identifying documents, that would work. You also want to show the document that shows the relationship between you and the abuser. So if it's marriage, you want to have the marriage certificate in there. If anybody has been divorced, or if anybody has been married before, you want to show divorce decrees, valid divorce decrees, to show that your marriage is legitimate, right? And you also have to show proof that, sorry about that, you also have to show proof that you resided with the abuser. You can't not get away from this proof. You must show that you lived with the abuser for some period of time, okay? And like I said before, you have to show the abuse happened in the United States, unless you're married to somebody who's working in the United States government or military abroad, and the abuse occurred outside the United States, then that would be fine. You also want to have actually not 2 passport style photos, it's supposed to be 4 passport style photos, especially if you're filing the I-485 packet. If you're filing just the I-360, then 2 passport pictures would be enough. And